Money FM 89.3. Best of breakfast. Companies to watch.
Good morning, and now we've got Dan Koh to help us out with what to watch out for. Dan, what's on the table?
Well, today we've got a very interesting company because we're looking at an e-commerce firm. But before that, welcome to Companies to Watch. That's a segment where we spotlight and stock you up with ideas of listed companies that will call for your attention. So we're looking at market trends and risks and some hidden gems and signs to steer clear of. So be part of the conversation as well, 88550893, and tell us whether you think it's going to be a hot or not. Ryan, you ready for Monday's edition?
Yeah, so what makes you choose today's company?
Well, it's because of its latest earnings results and, of course, the latest developments surrounding this company, of course. But before that, Ryan, are you much of an online shopper?
Yeah, I think this is where I go to do most of my shopping these days, not having to go out into the crowds at the convenience of a click, and I've got my shopping done.
That's right, and I'm pretty sure that this is a spot or this is a platform that most of us would often venture into. We're talking about Alibaba Group, the parent company of Alibaba.com, and it is a holding company of 6 major business groups: Taobao and Tmall Group, Alibaba International Digital Commerce Group, Cloud Intelligence Group, Local Services Group, China Smart Logistics Network, and the list goes on, honestly. So, tons of things to break down today, but we're going to look closely into their latest earnings results. And shares of Alibaba jumped last Thursday after the Chinese titan posted a sharp profit hike in the December quarter amid strength in its cloud intelligence unit, as well as its e-commerce segment. So, Alibaba said its net income hit almost 49 billion yuan in the quarter ended December 31st. That's way higher than the consensus forecast that was predicted by analysts. So revenue came in at 280.154 billion yuan, 8% increase year over year and higher than expectations as well. So it looks like tons of people are shopping during this period, Ryan.
Yeah, so it looks like a bit of a rebound for where things are for at least the Chinese market and maybe international business as well. E-commerce is back again, and then you have AI to some extent helping to drive some of the demand for cloud computing.
Do you remember what was your latest e-commerce purchase, Ryan?
Yeah, you mentioned Taobao is under Alibaba's wing, right?
Yeah.
So I remember when I first moved into my house, almost everything was Taobao. So
wow.
That's
Does it
really
last, the quality and all?
It does. If you know where to look, of course,
Okay.
you also get what you pay for. So make sure you find something that's suitable for your house. I think that's where a lot of the younger folks are gravitating towards in terms of where they get their lighting fixtures and even the furniture. So I'm not surprised that this has been taking off.
Of course, yeah. And given how competitive the prices are on Taobao, I'm pretty sure that the options are unlimited right there for you. So you just got to search for the right places. And in time, hopefully you find something that might suit your liking. But that looks like it's working out well for Alibaba. And even despite their divestments, Taobao and Tmall experienced strong growth, with revenue increasing 9% year on year to $13 billion, driven by gains in online GMV. So while harnessing the power of generative AI has been the focus at Alibaba for a while now, let's turn our attention over to the Cloud Intelligence Unit because they're back on track after a relatively modest revenue increase in the second quarter. And they're reporting a 13% year-over-year revenue surge to $4.3 billion. So, driven by surging demand for its AI-powered public cloud offerings, their AI-related product revenue exploded, maintaining their triple-digit year-over-year growth for the 6th consecutive quarter and confirming Alibaba's strategic bet on artificial intelligence. So, I think AI is the main theme that we've been seeing in lots of these, at least tech companies on the ground.
Yeah, I think a lot of excitement around the Chinese version, DeepSeek, and then of course we're starting to hear a lot about other Chinese equivalents as well from other players.
Certainly. So with that in mind, the company did add that it will aggressively invest in AI and continue their pursuit of artificial intelligence. Billionaire investor Ryan Cohen has increased his personal stake in the Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba Group as well to roughly $1 billion in recent months. That represents about 7 million shares. And just in case you don't know who Huang is, he was the guy also known as the meme king for his ability to mobilize an army of retail investors. And he built his fortune from the likes of Chewy, GameStop, and Apple. So at least for today, Alibaba, I'm going to go with a hot. What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, I like the fact that they've got this new chat GPT style product called Tongyi Tianwen, and they've got come up with the newest version, Quan or Q1 2.5, which apparently exceeds the performance of DeepSeek. So a lot of excitement, a lot of optimism about where AI is going to be a part of the equation for Alibaba.
Certainly, I think the chatbot space is definitely going to develop over time. It just remains to see who's going to top the charts. But for now, at least for most consensus rating as of the 24th of February, most of them are giving it a strong buy. And that will pretty much do it, Ryan. Now, did you know that Alibaba name represents that its platforms open a doorway to a fortune for small businesses, Ryan?
Okay, of course it comes from the story Alibaba and the 40 thieves.
That's
so
right.
I suppose there is a bit of a story drawn from there.
A little. Now, that being said, Ryan, now, did you know that Alibaba's IPO was considered to be the biggest in all of the stock market history? And it was valued at $25 billion. But since then, Saudi Aramco has taken the helm at $25.6 billion. So Alibaba stands at the second spot now.
Yeah.
Just below Saudi Aramco.
One of the success stories of China, not just making Jack Ma a rich person, but also all the vendors in the ecosystem, give them a new platform to sell their goods. So a lot of people benefited with this Alibaba platform.
That's right. So, Ryan, why don't e-commerce sellers trust the checkout process?
Why don't they trust the checkout process?
Yeah.
Why?
It always leaves them feeling empty.
All right.
And that's all we have for Alibaba.
Before acting on the information on Money FM, please consider if it's suitable for your own investment objectives, financial situation, and risk tolerance. To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.